Hey everybody, this is Matt with TrueBudget. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the travel budget. In TrueBudget, the travel budget is not visible by default. To make it visible, you can click the button here on the Ribbon tab or here on the menu sheet. Like the rest of TrueBudget, the travel budget has an estimate area and a working area. It will also have an area for each phase that you have enabled. In this video, we're going to focus on the estimate, but the working and the phases function exactly the same way. On the travel budget, there are 5 categories: airfare, hotel, per diem, ground transportation, and miscellaneous. Depending on your particular job, you may not need all of these. If you don't, you can hide any of them by going into the options menu of this sheet. For this example, I'm going to hide the airfare and miscellaneous categories. Now we're ready to start inputting our travel costs. The first thing you may want to do is type in the line number for each position that is traveling. If you do, the position name will automatically appear in the cell to the right. However, it is not necessary to type anything in the line column. This is just for your reference. Also, there is a notes column that is hidden by default, but you can make it visible by clicking the Show Notes button. You can use this column for typing in a person's name or any other relevant information. For this video, I'm going to keep the notes column hidden. If you need more rows, you can click the Add Rows button. I'm going to go ahead and fill in a few more positions. And now I'll input the various costs for each category. Okay, my travel budget is now complete. You'll notice these notes in red down here. This tells us that these amounts are currently not reflected in the budget itself. Here's how you change that. Click the Link Estimate to Budget button. This form allows you to link the cost in the travel budget to the main budget. You can either link each category to a different line number, or you can link the entire travel budget to the same line number. I'm going to link each category to its own line number. Now I can input whatever line number I want in these fields, and I can change the description of these line numbers. For instance, instead of ground transportation, let's say I wanted to call it rental cars. Now I'll click OK. And it's done. You'll notice the text down here has changed. It's now telling us which line number each category is assigned to in the main budget. Let's take a look at page 2. You can see the amounts from the travel budget for hotel, per diem, and rental cars are now here. To the right of the total are these small dots. These dots indicate that the rows are locked. The only way to change these numbers now are on the travel budget itself. Let's say that I wanted to change the amount for rental cars. To do this, I'll go back to the travel budget. I'm going to make it so only the producer is getting a rental car. I'll delete it for everyone else. You can see the total here is now 400. If we switch back to page 2, you can see the amount for rental cars has also changed to 400. So whenever you have your travel budget linked to your main budget, any changes you make there will immediately be reflected here. If you no longer want the travel budget to be linked to the main budget, just go back to the travel budget and click the Unlink button. It will ask you if you're sure you want to do this. Click Yes. And now you can see the messages in red again indicate that each category is not linked to the estimate. And if we go back to page 2, you'll see the travel numbers are now gone. And that's how to use the travel budget in TrueBudget.